Hello everyone, welcome to another video of our series UPSC CSE 2026 CSAT paper. I am Dr. Ritesh Singla. This is the second lecture of this series. In the first lecture, we have taken all the questions from question number 1 to question number 12 based on mathematics and logical reasoning asked in set A of this year paper. In this video, we will start from question number 13. So what it says is there is a toy T which jumps forward or backward. In each forward jump, it moves 5 feet forward, and in each backward jump, it moves 2 feet backward. In total, he takes 31 jumps and exactly move 15 feet forward. What is the difference of the number of forward and the backward jumps? So let us start with, let x be the number of forward jumps and y be the number of backward jumps. All right. So according to question, total number of jumps is x plus y is equal to 31. Secondly, with each forward jump, it is going 5 feet forward. And we are saying he has taken x many forward jumps. So how many movement or how much he has been moved forward? It will be 5x. Similarly, for each backward jump, he is moving 2 feet backward. And we are saying we are taking y number of backward jumps. So how much backward have he moved? It is 2y. And in total, he is on the 15 feet forward position. So basically 5x minus 2y is equal to 15. The point is we are taking minus here because we want to calculate the position with respect to the initial position. So for example, if it is going one step forward and one step backward, so in total he have moved 3 steps forward, right? Because one step forward he will move 5 feet forward, and with the backward step he will go to minus 2, so it will 5 minus 2 3. So with respect to the original position, he is 3 steps forward or 3 feet forward, right? Similarly, in x many forward jumps and y many backward jumps, he is 15 feet forward to the current position. So this should be the equation, ideal equation. Now you have two equation in two variable. You can solve it very easily by separation of variable, and you can find that you will get x is equal to 11 and y is equal to 20. You can just multiply first equation with 2, add and subtract, and you will reach out this solution. Once you have 11 number of forward steps and 20 number of backward steps. So what is the difference between the number of steps? It is 20 minus 11, which is 9. So in the difference between total number of forward step and backward step is 9. Okay, so option D is the correct solution. Fine. Coming to question number 14, it is been given that we have eight persons P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, and W, which sits around a round table. So let us start by making a round table. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these are the 8 positions, say. Okay. It is been given that both P and R are adjacent to Q. So if Q is somewhere here, then either P is on the left and R is on the right. I am talking in the clockwise direction always. Or R is on the left and P is on the right. Right? Similarly, it is given that both T and R are adjacent to S. So let us write either it is RST or it is TRS. Sorry, TSR. Right? So if all of them are sitting in certain manner, so either this should be one behavior that in clockwise sense it is PQRST, or it should be TSRQP. So let me write them, that what these are the two possibilities which we are getting till now. that either the position R is this fashion, PQRST, or it is TSRQP till now. The next statement says both U and W are adjacent to V. So let me write it here. So it is either UVW or WVU. Okay. S and W are on the opposite chairs. So at least we know the position of S and W. So let me write S here and W here. Okay. If while going in the clockwise direction around the table from P, if we start from P, one meets R before T. So one meets R before T. So suppose if this was the orientation, then if you have gone clockwise, so you will get T first and then R. So this is a wrong orientation. So this is our correct orientation. So it is PQRST. Okay. I know the position of S. So I know the position of T. I know the position of R, Q and P. Also, I know the position of W. There cannot be anything after W because after W we have P. So it should be U, V and W. See, from first 3 and 4 equation we are able to generate the position of each and every one. The question is asking how many person shall Q cross. So it is asking about this Q. If we start from Q, while moving in the clockwise direction around the table before meeting W. So Q wants to start here. He wants to reach at W. We are asking how many person are there in between. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in between there are 5% if we start from Q and want to reach W. So option number A is the correct 5%. In these type of questions, the only way to solve as early as possible is to just write whatever things are given to you in the exam. Just write them. Because if you just try to remember them, you will make mistakes. Let us come to the next question. This is one of the good question if you just observe it. That a pattern formed by two characters A and B. So on each of these X symbols, there will be either A or B is repeated more than once. So whatever pattern is being here, the pattern is getting repeated more than once. That is been given. Okay. In the following string, they are asking what is XX. So they are asking what should be here at 7th and 8th position. Okay. Now first of all, let us count the number of letters. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15 letters. So whatever pattern is there, and if it is getting repeated, so the pattern will be either of 3 letters or 5 letters. That is for sure because the pattern is getting repeated more than once. So it is not a random 15 letter pattern. Also the pattern should divide the number of letters because the pattern is repeating. And if I want to divide something by 15, if I want to divide 15, I have only two numbers, 3 or 5. So either the pattern is of three letters or the pattern is of 5 letters. Okay. Suppose the pattern is of 3 letters. So we know that 3 letters consecutively are these BAB. So let us try to write whether BAB is possible. You will definitely see that BAB is not possible here because the second letter is B. So 3 letter pattern is over. You cannot have a 3 letter pattern. That is clear. So we have a pattern of 5 letters. One problem is solved. Now let us write 5 letters. So it is cross B cross A cross. First 5 letters. Then it is A cross A cross. Second 5 letters. And then it is A cross B A B. Right? Now see, all of these letters should be identical. So it should be B A B here, and then we do not know cross here, right? But it should be B A, B here, and we know the second letter here, it is B. First letter is A. So we have found the pattern. It is A, B, B, A, B. And done. If you see now, it is the pattern is A, B, B, A, B, A, B, B, A, B, A, B, B, A, B. So the seventh and eighth letter are B and B. Problem solved. So in the first instance, you might feel that, okay, how would we determine the pattern? How can we see the pattern? It is just a way of visualizing the problem. It was 15 letters. If there is a pattern, the pattern is either of 3 letters or 5 letters. We have rolled out the possibility of 3 letters because 3 consecutive letters are already given to us and they are the end. So it should be repeated throughout, which was not possible. So we break it down into 5 letters, and somehow on each of the unknown position somewhere they have the information. For example, from the first set we know the position at second and fourth place. From the second one we know the position at first and fourth place. So till now we know the position for first, second and fourth place, and from the last we know the position of third, fourth and fifth place. So somehow we know the position of all the 5 places, that what should be the letters. Once you have created the complete pattern, you will see that 7th and 8th position are B and B, and that is all. So option D is the correct answer. Let us move to the next question. It says if we have 10 to the power m cross 1000 cross some natural number n which is not divisible by 10, and on the right hand side we have some 75 to the power 25, 25 to the power 32 and 32 to the power 75, then the value of m is. So what we try to do here is we will try to make these right hand side number in the form of left hand side. So let us see how 75 can be written. 75 is 25 into 3 power 25, then it is 25 power 32, then it is 2, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 2 power 5 power 75, right? Or you can write it as 3 to the power 25 cross 5 to the power 20 cross 5 to the power 64 cross 2 to the power, it is 375, right? 75 into 5, 375. Okay, so you can make it as 3 to the power 25. So in order to have 10, it should be 5 into 2. So it will be, sorry, it is 50. So 10 to the power 114 from these, and what is left is 2 to the power 261. So these many are the 10 powers. That is for sure. So it is can be written as 10 to the power 111 times 1000 times 3 to the power 25 times 2 to the power 261. So it is our n, it is our 1000, it is our 10 to the power 111. This implies m is equal to 111. Option B is correct, right? Let us move to the next question and the last question of this video. So we will be breaking the question from 1 to 10, whatever mathematical question were being asked from 1 to 10, then 10 to 20 and so on. So that even you will not even feel bored at how many questions are to be seen. So question number 20 says, the speed of a train T is 100 km per hour and the speed of a person is 4 km per hour. T crosses P in 15 seconds if P travels along the direction of T. So suppose the train T is moving from left to right, P is also moving left to right, okay, and it is moving at 100 km per hour and he is moving at 4 km per hour. Okay, so in this type of question what we say is we assume that they both start at the same position. Okay, and then they are asking something, if P travels along the opposite direction of T, how much time will it take? Okay, so first of all let us see if they are started at 0 origin, if both of them start at origin, what will happen? After 15 seconds, what will be the position of P? How much P would have traveled? So we know that P is traveling at 4 km per hour. So basically 4000 meter in 3600 seconds. So in 15 seconds we want to calculate. So it will be 3, 5, 12, 3, 10. So 50 upon 3 meters. So in 15 seconds P will travel 50 upon 3 meters, right? So it started from 0, 0, it reached at 50 upon 3. Now in this 15 seconds, this train will also cover certain distance. Let us find how much distance will this train cover. In 15 seconds, if I am just talking about the engine, how much distance will the engine will cover? Okay, so in 15 seconds, the train will travel a distance of 100 into 1000 upon 3600 into again 15, or I can just say that it is like 1250 meter upon 3, right? Are we clear till here? That in 15 seconds train will travel 1250 meters upon 3 distance, and in 15 seconds P will travel 50 upon 3 distance. So from here, first of all, we want to calculate the total length of the train, right? So why are we calculating the length of the train? Because if P starts from here and it reached here, the new position, if the engine was here, engine should be somewhere here. It has traveled this much, 1250 upon 3. But the question is saying in 15 seconds the train has exactly crossed it. So it should be the last point, the last bogie of the train. So the train has traveled 1250 upon 3 meters. The last bogie of the train has traveled only 50 upon 3 meters. So what is the length of the train? It will be 1250 upon 3 minus 50 upon 3, which is 1200 upon 3, which is equal to 400 meters. So basically the length of the train was 400 meters. First of all, why are we calculating this? Because in the next point, the problem is saying they are traveling in opposite direction. So if train is traveling from here, P will be traveling from here. Of course, they will be traveling. They when we will say that they are traveling in opposite direction, but the initial point will be take as same. So of course, the distance the train will travel will be even less, and they are saying how much time will it take to cross each other. So like for how much travel we move left and the train move right, so that the distance is total distance is covered, and how much distance the train should have traveled we do not really know, because we do not know the time, like how much time they are taking. But as at least you might have understood the problem, but it is saying is I'm not saying this is one of the easiest question, but when you practice this train speed and distance concept, it is a bit easier. So what they are saying is the person and the train start at an initial point, say origin. When they travel in the same direction, it takes 15 seconds by the train to pass the person. Okay. So when we say that it takes 15 seconds by the train to pass the person, it means that the train is completely passed. Okay. First thing. Secondly, then how much train have traveled? That is 1250, but person was traveled only 50 upon 3. So the rest of the distance which was traveled by the engine of the train, it is just nothing but the length of the train. So the length of the train is 400 meters. So basically if you see, why are we doing this? Because now train is traveling as this speed, person is traveling at somewhere 4000 upon 3600, and after each second the distance between them is getting reduced. How much is getting reduced? So for example, the initial distance between the last position and this is 400 meters. After 1 second, the distance will be reduced to how much they have traveled. So it will be 100 into 1000 upon 3600 plus 4000 upon 3600. So this is the distance that will be subtracted. So basically we want to find the time so that this complete distance reach 400, nothing else. So if you just do the math, you will find that the distance is approximately 13.85. Sorry, the time is 13.85 seconds. Again, I am telling that what we are doing is, if they are traveling in the opposite direction, so with each passing second, the distance between the last bogie, the last point of the train, and the person will be reduced by this much amount, and the total distance was 400 meters. Okay, so if you just need to divide 400, say here it will be 3600 upon, it is, okay, let me just do some math here, 3600 and then 1000, 1040, and if you do the math you will get that it is around 13.85. Okay, with this we will stop here and we will take on the next questions from the in the next video. Thank you for watching.